to Inkquiring Minds. My name is Doug and I'm back with another fountain pen review. When Jinhao released the 9019 Dadao with its number 8 size steel nib and large capacity converter, it took the fountain pen world by storm, especially at that price. They followed that up with a smaller version called the 9016 Dadao, which has the same size large converter, but a regular number 6 size steel nib. Well, now Jinhao has added a third pen to the Dadao series. This is the 9013 that has a regular size converter, but a special number 6 size steel nib called the Heartbeat nib. This is my first look at the Heartbeat nib that everybody's been talking about. So let's take a look at it right now. I already posted a short video on this pen last Saturday showing the unboxing and quick fix for the rattling converter issue with this model. You can view that video by clicking right up here. But now I'll show you the parts and features of this pen, some size comparisons and measurements, and then provide a writing sample. And then I'll talk about what I like and what I don't like so much about this fountain pen. Let's take a look at the three pens in this series all lined up together. Here's the largest of the group, the 9019, there's the 9016, and here is the 9013. You can see that the 9013 is the same look as the other two, but in smaller proportions. Has the same clip and a slightly smaller cap ring, and here is a Pilot Metropolitan for scale. You can see that it's slightly smaller than a Metropolitan. Now let's look at the 9013 specifically. Even though it is the smallest of the three pens in the series, the 9013 is a medium-sized cigar-shaped fountain pen, slightly less than medium-sized. I would say that the Metropolitan is a medium-sized pen and this is just slightly smaller. From the top, we see the rounded finial with the injection molding gate divot right there at the top. It's hard to see because it's white on white. The tapering ball clip is the same as the other models and is very springy and usable. The cap ring has Jinhao engraved on the front, Dadao on the side, and the model number on the other side, number 9013. And it's a small beveled gold metal ring. The injection molded plastic isn't just plain white, it has these wonderful flecks of cranberry colors that are on the surface in some places and embedded in the plastic at other places. So it gives it some really nice depth, I think. The barrel tapers down to the rounded end finial, which has another injection molding gate, and this one has holes in it. The barrel gates on this and the 9016 both have holes in them in the bottom. So these won't be any good for any converting of this pen to an eyedropper unless you plug that hole with hot glue or something. I think these pieces might pose a choking hazard, and that's why these perforations. The 9019 does not have a hole. It has the gate, but there's no perforation. The cap unscrews with 1, 2.5 turns, which is a bit much, to reveal the thick barrel-shaped section with a small flare towards the number 6 size steel Jinhao medium nib and black plastic feed. The section is exactly the same shape as the first two models of Dadao, just proportionately smaller. There's the 9016 section, and there's the 9019 section by comparison. Let's look a little closer at this nib. We can see that heartbeat nib slit right there, the Jinhao logo, which is the Jinhao Chariot, Jinhao, and M for medium. Just so you know, the heartbeat is not just engraved into the surface, it is cut straight through and is actually the nib slit, just in case you were wondering. The nib and feed are part of a nib assembly that unscrews for swapping or maintenance. The barrel unscrews from the section to reveal the included standard international converter. And I mentioned in my last video James's observation of the rattling of the converter inside this pen, and I agree, it does rattle a lot. If that bothers you though, it's a really simple solution. Just put an O-ring towards the end of that converter knob, and it sits right in the back of the barrel where it converges right there, and there's no rattling. And there is a silicone O-ring right there to keep the barrel from unscrewing during use. And if you're interested in eyedropping this pen, even if you do plug that hole down there, you still have to contend with that metal section, which will corrode with ink. The inside of the cap shows a ridge that meets up with the section to seal that nib from evaporation. The cap posts deeply and securely and doesn't backweight the pen at all, and makes the pen a good length and well balanced. Unposted, the pen is still long enough to write with, but it's getting on the small side for my hand, and I have medium-sized hands. I bought this pen from the Creative Infinite stationery store on AliExpress for $10.93 Canadian, or about $8 US. This white color is called Winter Snow, but your mileage may vary with other retailers on what that name might be. It seems to be available currently in 5 colorways, all with gold hardware. This Winter Snow White, black, and 3 transparent colors, green, yellow, and red, all with options for fine or medium heartbeat nibs. Now let's look at some size comparisons. And here is the Jinhao 9013 Dadao with a Jinhao 9016 Dadao, a 9019 Dadao, a Pen BBS 308 in amber as a cat, and a Pilot Metropolitan for scale. Now let's look at them posted. And here they are posted. This is the number 6 size heartbeat nib. The 9016 has a Kaigaloo long knife number 6 size steel nib in it, which I'm really liking in this pen. And of course, this is the number 8 size Jinhao. This is number 6 size steel, amber as a cat, Pen BBS nib, and the Pilot Metro has a number 5 size steel medium nib. Now let's look at them unposted. And here they are unposted. You can see that the 9013 is the shortest of the group. Now let's look at some measurements, and I'll be back with a writing sample. And we're back with the writing portion of the review. This is Clairefontaine 90 GSM paper, and this is the Jinhao 9013 Dadao, and it has a number 6 size steel medium nib. Let's check the wetness. It's decently wet, and it's relatively smooth, but this nib displays baby's bottom. This seems to be symptomatic of the newer Chinese medium steel nibs and is a result of over polishing. The nib tip ends up looking like this. And it looks like, there's the slit, it looks like a baby's bottom. And when it's on the paper, there's this gap right there. And so the tops, especially on the lower part of this nib, the tops of my lines skip. It's a real pain in the baby's butt.
But what?
So what we have to do is flatten that out a little bit, and we do that with micromesh. And this isn't just a problem with inexpensive Chinese steel nibs. Here's my Visconti Mythos Apollo, and it has a number 6 size steel broad nib. And here is my Leonardo Supernova in caramel, and it has a number 6 size steel broad nib as well. And both of these nibs had baby's bottom when I first got them. This is not a difficult fix, however. If you're purchasing fountain pens regularly, it behooves you to pick up a set of micromesh sanding pads, just like these, to fix baby's bottom on your nibs. You don't need to pay a Nibmeister $50 or $60 to fix this. Fix it yourself. I fixed both of these pens in under 10 minutes. Let me show you how easy it is. All we need is a little bit of water. I use my syringe here. A tissue, your micromesh pads, and in this case, these pads go from 2400 through 12,000. I've got 24, 32, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 12,000 here. And we're going to take them one by one, and this is our simple fix. Doesn't matter if your pen is full of ink. I'll drop a little bead of water on the coarsest grit. This is 2400. And you're going to do this. I'm going to do it on the page first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In those directions. And then you're going to go circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. And then you're going to go figure eights. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Then I'll tend to just roll it off a little bit on both sides, just to take the edges off and maybe give it a few circles on the underside. So we're going to do that on the 2400, and then we're going to step through all the micro meshes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the most important thing before you start is to check that nib with a loop or whatever and make sure that those nibs are aligned with each other. If you are misaligned at all and you do that baby's bottom treatment, you'll end up damaging that nib. So make sure it is absolutely correct, lined up before you start. Now let's test for baby's bottom. I'm going to run a little bit of this ink through that nib to get all the water out. No issues whatsoever. And it's now ultra smooth. It had a lot of feedback before, but now it's really smooth and nicely wet. And this ink, in case you're wondering, is the new ink of the year from Pelikan. It is golden lapis, which is an Edelstein, which is German for jewel or gemstone. It's a lovely teal color with a golden shimmer. That's the line variation. Let's see. Yeah, you can squeeze out a little bit, but this is a stiff Chinese steel nib, heartbeat notwithstanding. And the line this nib makes is 0.5 millimeters, which makes it a Western fine or a Japanese fine to medium on my Richard Binder line width chart, which you can find linked in the description below. And for our quote. And for some reverse writing, of course now it does it because I treated the back side of that nib while I was doing the baby's bottom process, and it has a good deal of feedback and it's a lot thinner and drier, but it writes really nicely. And for some quick writing. No issues whatsoever. So what do I like and what do I not like about this fountain pen? If you like the looks and the shape of the 9019 or the 9016, but not the large size, this would be a nice pen for you. It posts well, it balances well, it's light in the hand, has some nice colors available, as well as fine and medium nibs. The 9019 was special because of its number 8 size nib and its large size converter. The 9016 was special because it wasn't as ginormous as the 9019, but still had the large size converter. The 9013, other than its diminutive size, has the heartbeat nib. Other than the visual cool of that nib slit, there's nothing special about the heartbeat nib. It doesn't give the nib any special powers. The coolest thing about all three pens in the Dadao series is the price. These are exceedingly affordable pens that write very nicely. I hear people complain about their Dadao 9019 cracking or falling apart. So what? Buy another one. Sheesh. Go without your Starbucks Deluxe Mocha Double Grande for a day.
I'll have a double short, low-fat, no-foam latte.
Double short, low-fat, no-foam latte.
Double short, non-fat, low-foam latte.
Double short, non-fat, no-foam latte. She said a double short, non-fat, low-foam latte.
Double short, non-fat, low-foam latte.
Double short, non-fat, low-foam latte.
Double short, non-fat, no-foam latte. No, you did it again. That's not what I want.
Well, you can just tell yourself.
All right. I'll have a double short, low-fat, no-foam latte.
Double short, low-fat, no-foam latte.
Double short, low-fat, no-foam latte. Nutmeg?
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 No, thanks.
It inflames my stomach lining.
Inflames the stomach lining.
Inflames the stomach line.
Inflames the stomach lining.
Stop that.
Besides, if your Dadao cracks, at least you'll be in some upscale company. At your next pen meetup, when someone complains about their Twisby cracking, you can chime in with, "I feel your pain, man. Me too."
Pain! Pain!
As for this pen, I think it already has a place on Win's desk, so there you have it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to get instant notifications whenever a new video is posted. And you can join as a member of my channel for only 99 cents a month, and I guarantee I'll answer your comments in the comment section, and you'll get cool emojis, badges, sneak peek unboxing videos, as well as early access to all my videos the moment I upload them. And that just leaves it for me to say, thank you. For watching. And that's all she wrote.
I made this.